Ryan, go ahead. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Monday, April 8th, 2019 Regional Governing Board of the Southwestern Vermont Regional Technical School District. Public comments. Seeing none, we'll move on to the agendas. We have the minutes from the full board meeting on Monday, March 18th. May I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Franny moved, Ken second. Discussion? Seeing none, raise your right hand if you're in agreement. I believe it's you, Jackie. You agree or disagree? Okay, unanimous. Okay, payroll warrants, number 22 and number 1038.
I'll move it.
Second.
Franny moved, Ken second. Discussion? Seeing none, all in favor, raise your right hand. I believe it's unanimous. Vendor warrants, number 1039 and number 1040.
I'll move it.
Second.
Franny moved, Ken second. Discussion? Seeing none, all in favor, raise your right hand. Unanimous. Attached to your pamphlet or in your Dropbox is the cash flow and the revenue and expenses for your review. Committee reports. We had a facilities committee, which Jackie. No?
Oh, yes, I am. I'm on the facilities, yes. I was thinking of the finance committee.
I get confused pretty easy. Stop that, Jackie. And then we had an education today, so we'll start off with Jackie and see if she'd like to give us any tidbits.
I think mine was the education committee. And this,
Do I get this backwards?
yes. Yeah, the finance.
Sorry.
Yeah, that's okay.
So I was confused.
I'm not always straight either. Okay, so I'll do the education committee thing.
There you go.
And I wish Rob was here, because I thought he was going to take the lead. Oh, you'll help me, won't you? I'll help you.
Are you
Okay.
the chair of the education?
She is.
Yes, yeah.
Well, it's your job to give a rundown of the full board meeting.
That's what I'm trying to do, Ed.
Chairman Harrington might give her those minutes.
What minutes? The ones I lost already?
Hello? All I have to do here, come on.
I took some minutes, too.
Okay, I did draft minutes
Right.
for you, so you're
Oh,
all.
great. So,
Wow.
and we have typed minutes. So, the basic things are, and I'll try and refer to these for the, I thought the basic things were the adult ed programs that we have, and they're enormous. They've gone from 2 or 3 now to almost 8. And the first one is EMT. We're going to partnership with the Bennington Rescue Squad. And with that partnership, the classes are being held here, but all the directions are coming from the EMT part. So that's a wonderful partnership. The next one is the CDL program, and it's a Class B program. So we can have many truck drivers. Those are not the big rigs yet, but the smaller rigs. I really don't know the difference, but Class B is Class B. And then the LNA program. We have 10 people in that program already, and they're soon to graduate, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And take their test.
April 27th, I think, is their exam.
And we certainly need those people. Then we have, I think this is the second time we're hosting the VET program. Correct?
Yes.
Yes, and so that's up and running also. Then we have a pharmacy tech program, and then a partnership with manufacturing in CNC, which is run by their company, but the training happens here and there, right? Mm-hmm. So a lot of partnerships for the adult ed, and hopefully it will bloom as we grow. Then in the regular program, we have a CDL Class A program, tractor trailer program for regular students, correct?
We don't have that yet.
Oh, we're hoping to have it.
Eventually. We're still working on CDL Class B. and we're trying to work out some of the kinks from that program, which hopefully down the road, we can also offer Class A.
Right, and then the other discussion took place about the Orchard Road proposal, and that proposal is basically the building that's across from Molly Stark and down from the Bennington Rural Fire Department. The proposal was to lease it or rent it or buy it, and we flipped that over to the Finance Committee. So the Finance Committee can tell you the bottom line. And that's about it.
That's a great lead-in. Ed, you're chairman of the finance. Perhaps we can,
I feel like I'm being sabotaged.
that was back about 16 minutes ago. Let's
Okay.
get by.
The Finance Committee did discuss the Orchard Road proposal, and essentially we sent the staff off to collect more information from the town of Bennington, asking for what they want. And we also will want more information on the condition. And I threw out the idea that maybe we should look for a grant to put up our own storage facility out here on the property that would be available to us through the Corps of Engineers. Did I cover everything related to the Orchard Road?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. We also discussed the need for a tractor-trailer tractor, and we authorized, we're asking the full board to authorize up to a $40,000 expenditure for a tractor for use in the CDL program. And that would allow us to teach students to a Class B CDL license, to get a Class A license, which we're not licensed to license them for. We would need a trailer, and that would come later on. And we also have a need for a new school bus. The existing one that they want to replace is 20 years old. And the Finance Committee is authorizing up to $35,000 to be spent on a new 18-passenger bus.
A new used.
Yeah, well, used. You know,
New will cost a lot more.
and I don't believe we're going to recommend those to the full board, and now the full
Right.
board is here.
I think we have to actually put it in an action item.
Yeah, that's what I think too.
The
But
next meeting.
those are the recommendations from the Finance Committee.
I'd like to add something about the vehicle, the CDL vehicle. The reason they need an upgrade is because the present vehicle that they do have is good, but it can only have one student in it. So that the time spent in learning is for one student. Whereas if they got the larger vehicle, then 2 other students could be in that vehicle, and then 3 students altogether would have time spent, and it would be more condensed for the students.
Yeah.
And we could also probably have more students.
And plus, to go get their licensing, it has to go up to Springfield, Vermont, and now they can take 3 in the truck versus only 1 up to the licensing area, so there's some economy of scale.
The Finance Committee also discussed the heating and cooling equipment in 2 classrooms and authorized the expenditure of
$42,000.
$42,000
Yes.
for 3 new units.
14 apiece.
And I presume that has to go to a full board for approval too, but how soon do we need that to be done?
I think we were hoping probably after school's out.
Yeah, so we're gonna put
Yeah, because it's going to disrupt the classroom while they're in there.
Right.
So our next meeting is May, we'll.
So it'll be
Although Paul's room, the discovery,
John's.
John's room in the pre-law, it is noisy, and it does disrupt the class in his teaching. So when they can get done, that would be the absolute first one to get
Yeah.
done, is what they're asking for, because it is very noisy right now, right currently.
Yeah.
So that one might want to go.
What is our priority?
You're going out for bids, right? on
Yes.
this?
So the next question that we have to ask is, do we have the money?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, when June comes, we'll have 239,000 in the equipment account. I don't know where you're breaking we also have the facilities account, right?
We still have the facilities account, but, you know, we have enough in the equipment, so. But I think, for the heaters, I think I can find that in the local.
If something is facilities, is it earmarked specifically for facilities so that the heating would come
The
out of the
heating would
facilities?
come out of there if I couldn't find it out of local. The heaters, I was hoping, or the heaters slash cooling ones, I'm going to do that out of the local. But the truck and the bus, those are going to have to come out of the equipment.
We depleted the facility account last year with the new roof.
We have, we have 82,000 as of right now in there. And then come July, we will have 142,000.
And we're pretty up to date, which is good. Can't often say that.
I don't believe I missed anything from the Finance Committee meeting.
I don't think so.
Yes.
If the problem is noise, and that's not repairable, it needs to be replaced.
That was Paul
Dan's
Dancer's recommendation. Yeah. We did, I think last year we replaced the air conditioning in that classroom.
Yes.
It's just the heat part, yeah.
Are all three of these units the same age?
I'm not sure.
Do you know how old they are?
Are they the new building or old building?
One is in the
Room
new.
221.
The new buildings would be what, 20 years old?
Well, everything over here is relatively new.
Yes.
Yeah, I think so too. I think everything was refurbished when this part of the building was put up.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
20
so
years.
it's-
20 years.
20 years.
Yeah.
20 years.
Heating and plumbing stuff. Has a tendency like to be replaced 25 on. Gotta keep the lights on, I guess, is the one thing we can say. Okay, thank you, Ed. Action items. We apparently have trip to culinary school down. No, this is the Washington DC.
Yep.
We're going. Care to elaborate on it for me?
Sure. They are traveling May 7th through the 11th to the Pro Start Invitational that's going to be held in Washington, D.C. this year. They'll compete a couple days down there, as well as go through some workshops and things like that. There's 3 students going this year. Also at this particular event, they also do an awards dinner, and our chef Jamie Lynn Schmidt is receiving an award for the 2nd year in a row for Educator of Excellence Award. So that's pretty cool that she's
pretty
going to
cool.
be down there and be honored. Yeah.
But
It says driving, what is that, how's he getting there? So you like rent a car and 6 people drive down there, or is that what it goes?
Yep. Yep.
Hope you rent a van.
Plus, they'll have some equipment that they'll want to bring from here to use down there, but they'll also have equipment down there for them to use during the competition.
need a motion for this?
So moved. Second.
Franny made the motion, Ken second. Field trip, again, to Washington DC. Any further discussion? All in favor, raise your right hand, please. It's unanimous. Okay, I think we have a bunch of policies to adopt.
May I ask this question?
By all means.
Do we need a motion to approve the facilities purchase?
The facilities purchase.
The bus and the...
No, I think they have to be action. I think we actually have to have them in our,
I think when they come back and they say they found something, then you have to approve the purchase of it.
I think they have to be on tonight's agenda, and they weren't.
No, but we just gave them guidance to go ahead and
Right.
look for that stuff.
We're talking about the,
Yeah, to come back with
the
proposals.
bus, the truck.
Costs.
Because we'll
and all
have to
that
do
stuff.
an RFP and all that, too.
No, I just didn't want to miss anything.
No, I didn't either, and so I believe we have to have it on the agenda, which will be next month. Okay, I'll try to get through this if I can. Action items are the policies. The first one is C, 1000, policy on policies. We need to adopt that.
So moved. Okay, second.
Franny made the motion, Ken second. Any discussion on policies on policies? Seeing none, it is moved. Go ahead. Oh,
No, yes.
Oh, I'm sorry.
no problem. Don't ever be sorry, trust me. I can use all the help I can get. Okay, C, 2600, superintendent evaluation. Motion, please.
There's no change, so we're just,
I don't know how, I know that we are reviewing all the policies. So I don't know if they want our approval on this,
I would think so.
that we've also looked at it along with
I would
other
think so.
schools. So it certainly isn't gonna hurt us. So I got a motion from Fran, I got a second from Ken. Any discussion? Seeing none, raise your right hand, please. Unanimous? C, 3100, transportation.
So moved. Second.
Franny made the motion, Ken second. Discussion? Seeing none, raise your right hand if you agree. Unanimous? C, 3216, idling of vehicles.
So moved. Second.
Franny moved, Ken second.
You know, a lot
Discussion?
of these, like this, especially idling, that's mandated by the state.
It is.
And the Vermont School Board Association has, written these up. Like I said, they have a lawyer on staff, and then they take it and they pass it off to legal counsel.
Correct.
And they're approved, and, there's really no need for the policy committee to do a lot of these things. They could just say, we need a policy, and I'll give them a canned one, and they're all set to go.
yeah, our policy should be to adopt policies
Yeah.
that are issued by the,
Yeah, I mean, if it's specific to our school or something, that's different.
Well, I
But if it's
think
a
that's
general, these idling ones and stuff like that, our evaluation is specific. And I don't know if people know it, but when it comes to evaluating a superintendent, one that's available is that the School Board Association, if you hire them, it's not expensive, it's all done electronically. They will send each member of the board like a 25, 30 question survey about the performance, and then they would, they would have each one answer those questions, send it back, they evaluate it, and they sent out a print copy to everybody to see what's going on there. So that's other things besides what we have. That's besides.
Well, one of the reasons why we keep getting these to vote on and to look at is because some of them are 5 to 10 years old, and so you always want to re-up them and see if they're still current.
Well, no, I agree with that, but I'm just saying that, of course, I know Leon likes to do it, so.
I'm not sure he's still thrilled doing it, but he is.
just because nobody else will take it.
Yes, that's really what it is.
Okay, I'll be in favor.
Again, C 3216, we have a motion, we have a second, we had a little discussion. Other than that, all in favor, raise your right hand, please. Unanimous. We'll move on to warning of policies, which is C 7300, public participation at board meetings.
No revisions, I'll move that.
Randy moved it. Ken second. Any discussion? Seeing none, all in favor, raise your right hand. It's unanimous. Superintendent's report. We have a fill-in tonight.
Sure.
Meg?
That's what they tell me anyway.
Is that?
Yeah. So Mike will have a written report to follow, but I just wanted to highlight some exciting things going on around the center. Last week, the law enforcement program competed in a crime scene investigation competition at Norwich. They were the only high school group that competed. They were competing against college students, and they came in 5th out of 7. And they were also featured on WCAX. So if you get some time, check out their thing on WCAX.
And on Facebook.
And, oh yes, on our Facebook page, yeah. Tomorrow we have 40 students leaving for Skills USA, and they come from law enforcement program, cosmetology, medical professions, and auto technology.
That's a lot of students.
Yeah.
That's a lot of students.
Is that the one in Burlington?
That is, yeah. Yep,
And then if we win there, we go to?
national, yeah.
We went last year to national. yeah.
Yes, yep. Brought a lot of students last year. I don't know how many, but.
And after school, isn't it?
Yes, yes. It was like the last week in June, I think.
I would
So-
say it was maybe 16.
Yeah.
But there's more going, I think, this year to compete.
Yeah.
Compete, so we may
have a
more.
lot more,
Right.
depending on how they do to go.
Yeah.
We are sending the A team, right?
Yes,
Or-
we are. That's all we
They're
have.
all, yes, they're all A teams.
Yeah. This Friday, the group going to Puerto Rico leaves. We have been receiving some donations, so again, if you would like to donate, then certainly contact Kathy Vosberg here at the CDC. Every little bit helps. We also have, at the end of the month, the DECA group will be going to Orlando. So that is exciting as well. And April is Career and Tech Month, so our teachers have been going out into the community and visiting various classrooms and doing presentations on their programs, just to introduce both the career as well as the CDC to younger students. And as a result, we have a ton of thank yous that each class constructed and sent to the CDC for our teachers doing that. So next month, hopefully, we'll give you the results of the Skills USA, the Puerto Rico trip, as well as the ProStart Invitational. So it's a lot of exciting things happening.
Great.
Yep,
And that's it?
that's it.
Okay.
Can I ask a question? At the last full board meeting, there was a little bit of discussion about policies and a policy for a dress code. And I wanted Mike to elaborate on why he thinks we need that. And he's not here, so we're not going to get an answer tonight,
Right.
unless you know
No.
some of the thinking behind it. I told Leon that I'd do a little bit of research on it, and I did just a little bit. The Vermont schools, I didn't find a policy from the other independent technical centers. And I started looking around nationwide, and it appeared to me that most of the technical high schools in the country, they all wear uniforms.
Right.
And that solves their issue of a dress code. And then, because I used to write safety programs for energy companies, I started looking at the OSHA regs, and I concluded that if we were going to write our own policy for a dress code, that it would have to address the requirements of OSHA under 1926 and 1910, which is construction because of building trades. And then you get into a lot of details that would make a really complex policy, and it'd be very hard for an instructor to even enforce it on a day-to-day basis. So I'm not sure what to do about that issue, but I'm throwing out the little bit of homework I did, even though Leon isn't here to.
I think those are valuable contributions. The hairdressers are wearing their hairdresser outfits, the cooks are wearing their cook outfits, right?
Yep.
And you go into auto mechanics, they're wearing safety outfits, right? And so who isn't covered? What class isn't covered that needs a dress code?
I don't know. That's why I wanted Mike to elaborate
So maybe
on
we
why
should
he...
look at that rather
why
than look at
he wants a
an
policy.
all-encompassing one.
Yeah, I mean, I can have Mike let you guys know what his rationale behind it.
Yeah, the policy meeting that was supposed to take place, I think earlier today, was canceled and put off until a later date.
Oh.
At least an email indicated that, and Leon isn't here to elaborate on.
Well, that one of the issues, though, Ed, was that the way the policy is written up, that we allow the policy of the sending schools to determine the dress code. And that works all right if you're looking at probably the high school, but when you start talking about the CDC, you can't just allow them to do that, because I'm sure our standards are much more strict here, again, in the CDC. You know, a long time ago, you, me, everybody else gave these things up when you got around equipment, because there's a lot of guys losing their necks.
Yeah, same thing with fuzzy sweaters,
absolutely,
and rings, jewelry,
and everything. So I think that's what we're more concerned about, is the sending schools, is we need to have a policy that includes them.
Okay, that wasn't clear to me from the initial discussion, but...
Yes, and again, for those classes that are not already covered.
Right.
Right.
And what is it, 2 classes?
Yeah, it's not many. I mean,
Law enforcement?
Pre-law, accounting. No, they have a uniform.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
So pre-law and accounting. Make them wear the ties.
That's what I would say. Oh, and med profession, they do have scrubs.
Yeah.
But they wear on
And
when they're
out. The other thing that you don't think about, but I mean, these are young people who are very knowledgeable. We need to ask them also. We need to ask them for their contributions and say, okay, so you're from this class, from this school, and you're from this school. How can we meld those two together and come up with a comprehensive dress code? Because what we think is good, but what students think should be taken into consideration too.
Yeah, if it conforms to 1910.
I was just going to say, that's the big...
1926.
That's not the years, that's the numbers. It's OSHA's...
Yeah, the OSHA standards
OSHA,
for general industry and...
We need to adhere to.
For construction. I guess we need to find out, one, if there are students in those, in forestry and building trades that are coming from the outlying schools, because we have less control at this point over them.
I mean, each teacher, at the beginning of the school year, each teacher kind of lays out what, the expectations are, and the classes that dress code could be an issue, like building trades or forestry or auto. That's kind of covered in what they expect from kids. Even as simple as in building trades, they have to wear long pants. I mean, you have to.
Right.
Doesn't
Same
matter
thing in
if
forestry
it's 80 or 90 degrees out, you have to in forestry. So, I think each teacher kind of lays out their expectations.
Okay. With I don't mean to interrupt you, but with that in mind, can we ask those teachers to write up a page or a paragraph, an overview of what their expectations are, and maybe the policy committee can go from there.
I think we ought to go back to policy meeting with it. It's not part of this agenda.
Yep,
Well,
I agree.
Others. Seeing none? I'd like a motion to adjourn.
So move.
Randy made a motion. Ken had his hand up. Second. All in favor? Thank you very much, everyone.